Inside almost everything you own, your phone, your car, your laptop, even your fridge, sits a tiny chip. And right now, the two most powerful countries on Earth are locked in a war over who gets to make them. This is the chip war. It might be the most important economic battle of our lifetime, and most people barely understand it. So today, we follow the money and the silicon to see what's really at stake. Let's start with where things stand in 2026. The United States and China are in an escalating fight over semiconductors, the technical name for computer chips. The US has blocked China from buying the most advanced chips in the world, and even the machines needed to make them. China has struck back by restricting the export of rare earth minerals, materials the entire planet needs to build chips in the first place. Two superpowers, each trying to choke the other's technology. To understand why they risk so much, you first have to understand how a piece of silicon smaller than your fingernail became the most powerful object on Earth. A chip, or semiconductor, is the brain of anything electronic. It's what lets your phone think, your car drive, a missile guide itself, and a data center run artificial intelligence. Modern life simply does not function without them. But here is the crucial part. The most advanced chips, the ones that power AI, are astonishingly hard to make. This isn't like oil, where you drill a hole and pump it out. Making a cutting-edge chip is arguably the most complex thing human beings have ever manufactured. It takes years, billions of dollars, and a level of precision that almost defies belief. And that difficulty creates the heart of this entire story, a handful of tiny choke points that the whole world depends on. Almost all of the world's most advanced chips are made by a single company, TSMC, on a single island, Taiwan. And the incredible machines that actually print those chips are built by essentially one company called ASML in the Netherlands. Think about that. The single most important product in the modern economy flows through just 2 or 3 narrow points on the map. Squeeze any one of them, and the whole world feels it. So why are the US and China willing to fight over this? Because whoever leads in advanced chips leads in artificial intelligence, and whoever leads in AI is likely to dominate the economy and the military of the entire century ahead. This isn't really a fight about gadgets. It's a fight about who runs the future. The United States looked at China racing to catch up and made a decision: freeze it in place. It banned selling China the most advanced chips, and even more powerful, banned selling China the ASML machines needed to make it. The goal was to keep China a generation behind in the most important technology on Earth. That is economic warfare, fought with silicon instead of soldiers. But China had a counterpunch nobody could ignore. China may not yet be able to make the very best chips, but it dominates something the entire world needs to make anything at all: rare earth minerals. These are a group of elements essential for chips, electric cars, and advanced weapons, and China processes somewhere around 85 to 90% of the world's supply. So China turned that dominance into a weapon, restricting rare earth exports, and suddenly the chokehold ran both ways. The United States can deny China finished chips. China can deny the world the raw materials needed to build them. Two giants, each with a hand around the other's throat. And sitting right in the middle of it all is the most dangerous place on the map, Taiwan. Because Taiwan makes the world's most advanced chips, it has become the ultimate flashpoint. China claims Taiwan as its own territory. The United States is committed to helping defend it. And if a conflict ever cut off Taiwan's chip factories, the global economy wouldn't just stumble, it could seize up completely. Some analysts estimate the damage in the trillions of dollars, a shock even worse than the pandemic. That's why people call TSMC Taiwan's Silicon Shield. The theory is that the world simply cannot afford to let anything happen to the island that makes its brains. It's also why every major power is now scrambling to build chip factories at home. America's CHIPS Act, new plants in Arizona, Japan, and Europe. But building this capacity takes many years and staggering amounts of money. There is no quick escape from those choke points. So why should any of this matter to you? Because this quiet war shapes the price and availability of nearly everything electronic you own. Remember when chips ran short a few years ago and car prices shot up, with buyers waiting months for delivery? That was just a taste. This conflict is also splitting the global technology world into two rival systems, a process called decoupling, which forces companies to build everything twice and makes it all more expensive in the end. And most importantly, it will help decide who wins the race for artificial intelligence, which may determine who leads the world economy for the next several decades. Here's the big picture. For the last 100 years, the resource that decided global power was oil. In this century, it may well be chips, along with the rare minerals and the extraordinary machines behind them. Whoever controls those choke points controls the future. And that is exactly why two superpowers are willing to damage their own economies just to come out ahead. So the next time you pick up your phone, remember, that little chip inside it is the prize in the biggest economic contest of our era. Watch three things: the tensions around Taiwan, the export bans flying in both directions, and who actually manages to build chips at home. If this made the news make more sense, that is exactly what this channel is for, the money story behind the headlines. Subscribe and we'll break down the next one together.